Welcome to another Cardano update. So we got below the 0.618 and we are almost at the 0.786 extension and things are still looking good. The first wave to the upside is still not invalidated, but it will get invalidated if we drop below this low right here. And honestly, I'd not want to see the second wave right here actually get below the 0.786 levels. So in my opinion, maybe we bottomed right here, but we might get another low. And you'll probably see this video in 24 hours, so you'll know what happened. But me personally, if we do get another low and we do not bounce at the 34.7 cents level, then we will most likely put in another low in the second wave move down before we actually start the main third wave to the upside. So yeah, I also want to talk about Bitcoin for a second. I know this is not a Bitcoin video, but right now Bitcoin is at 61.8K. And it almost got to the 0.618 in its second wave move down of this first wave to the upside. And I don't know if it bottomed, but Bitcoin going down also plays a role in Cardano going down. So, I mean, Bitcoin might go to the 0.618 before going in the third wave right here, which should go from 90 to, let's say, 97K. And if we do that, then that's most likely when the third wave, this small third wave right here for Cardano, will actually happen. And if we do get this third wave and then the fourth and the fifth to form this first wave move high, to form this first wave move to the upside, like I said, this first wave move needs to get above this previous move of the first wave, the May the first wave, and maybe we'll get to the 0.236 level right here at around 91 cents to test it before going down in a second wave and then a third wave of the main third wave. And this third wave, in my opinion, should get above, if you look at the daily for this, should get above the 100% extension of the previous all-time high if we want to copy what happened in the previous cycle, because in the previous cycle we went above it, as you can see, and then we got rejected and we stayed there for like, let's say, probably 1 to 2 months before we continued and we finished the main third wave, which got to the 1.618 level. So things are still looking good, but we are very close to invalidating this structure. And if Bitcoin somehow decides that it wants to get to the 0.786 level right here, it might be bearish. I mean, not really too bearish, but it might be bearish for Cardano, because if Bitcoin gets to the 0.786 level, Cardano might drop below it and we might get another low right here before we actually continue. And that will invalidate this first wave move to the upside, which means after we hit another low, we would need another 5-wave move up to create this first wave right here. And that's also going to take like 1 to 2 weeks. So if we somehow go below the support level right here, and we invalidate this, then expect pretty much nothing to happen for the next 2 weeks for Cardano. But if we do reverse now, then to confirm that we actually bottomed in the second wave move down right here, I need a break above the 45.5 cents level. So we do have an ABC down, which is good, and in my opinion, to me, it looks complete, but maybe we'll hit that low like I said. And this third wave move also needs a 5-wave move to the upside, and in my opinion, the first wave of this main third wave should be able to get above this high right here at about 45 let's say 6 cents. So it should look something like this, then we'll get a second, a third, a fourth, and a fifth to get in this target zone and finish this very small third wave right here. So yeah, let's hope the correction is coming to an end, because things are kind of boring right now. I mean, we're not doing that much. We've been pretty much doing nothing for the past like 5 months. So let's hope this is over and we'll see what Bitcoin does, because like I said, it's not really unusual for Bitcoin to test the 0.786 level, but I have not seen it happen that many times. It usually gets support at the 0.618 level, so maybe we'll get this bounce finally. But yeah, I mean, it's not oversold on the RSI, on the daily RSI, but the RSI seems to be reversing, but this could also be corrective, so we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. In my opinion, Bitcoin should bottom in maybe the next 3 to 4 days. I do not want to see it go down more than what it already went down. So yeah, but that's enough about Bitcoin. Let's go back to ADA and let's check out the weekly. The weekly is looking fine, I guess. I mean, we are below the yellow line on the RSI, which is not really bearish. I mean, it looks kind of similar to what happened over here. So as you can see, we went below the yellow line on the RSI after we got above it right here and right here. And we went above it for like a week before we got rejected, and then we bounced to the upside and got over it. So right now we're pretty much doing the same thing. Here we went above it, just like right here. Then we went below it, just like right here. And here we got above it for a week. Here we actually managed to get above it for like, let's say 3 weeks, which is good. And if we do repeat what happened right here, then right now the RSI should do something like this. Now, obviously, that's going to take some time. It's not going to do that in a week, but we should get a bounce on the RSI in the next couple of weeks. Also, checking out the monthly chart, we are still below the yellow line. And as you can see, we closed below it for 2 months in a row. And right now, I really want to see it close above the yellow line in August. Now, obviously, there's still a long time for that to happen. I mean, there are like 27 days of this month as of recording this video, so we still have time to get above it. But honestly, if it closes below it again in August, then I'm probably going to start turning bearish, because if we do close below it for the 3rd month in a row, that will most likely mean that this whole move to the upside will get invalidated, which is not really good. So let's hope that does not happen. But just to remind you, the invalidation for this first wave move high is at about 22 cents. So if we get below the 22 cent level, I see no bull market for Cardano, and well, it will most likely drop a lot more after that. So yeah, let's hope it does not happen. If it does happen, however, I mean, we have seen it happen in the previous cycle, but this right here happened because of the pandemic. So we did put in a lower low and we created a new bear market low in the previous cycle after this bear market low. But like I said, this only happened because of the pandemic. So yeah. Also, let me remind you, in some of my other videos, I compared this move right here that happened before the actual first wave move to the upside with what we have right now, and let me explain why. So this right here was a first wave move to the upside. It had 5 waves. And then we got a correction. It almost got invalidated, as you can see, but it did not get invalidated. It did not get below this low right here. And we were about to go in a 3rd wave move to the upside. I mean, the price went from like 3 cents to 6 cents, which is a 100% return on investment. But then the pandemic got to us and we failed the 3rd wave move to the upside. So maybe in this cycle, we will not fail the 2nd wave move and we will actually manage to go in the 3rd wave. If that happens, well, if we take a look at how long the 2nd wave took in the previous cycle, let's say it started here and it ended here, it took 6 months, which is a long time. But I mean, right now we have been in this correction for 5 months. So yeah, it's interesting. Maybe we will copy what happened over here. Now obviously I do not want the first wave move high to almost get invalidated. I think that would be bearish, but I mean, it could happen. I don't want to see it, but it could happen. But right now I don't see why it would happen, because it's respecting support levels and it's starting to, I mean, it's trying to bounce. So maybe we'll actually get the 3rd wave right here and we will not fail it like we did in the previous cycle. And if we do put in another bear market low and we somehow invalidate this first wave move to the upside, I mean, we have seen Cardano recover from this. So I just have to see what happens. I'm not saying that Cardano will recover if we put in another bear market low, but we have seen it happen here. So maybe there is a chance. Now, like I said, I'm not expecting a new bear market low, especially in the middle of a bull market, but you always have to be aware of all the things that can happen, and you never know what happens. So yeah, just to remind you, my bullish top prediction for this cycle is around $5.30, and my very bullish top prediction is the 2.618 level at $8.50. Now, I think it can actually get to that level if we follow what happened in the previous cycle, and it might even get above it if we follow what happened here, because, as I've said, we were supposed to start the cycle earlier, but then it failed. So we pretty much restarted this move right here after we failed this first wave move, and maybe the price was supposed to go a bit higher than just, I mean, it did not touch the 2.618, so maybe we were supposed to get to that level, or maybe at the 3.618 level, but the pandemic ruined it. That could also be the case. We'll just have to see what happens in this third wave. If this third wave actually manages to get above the previous all-time high, in my opinion, we will just copy what happened over here, which is going to be very, very bullish. And also, you have to be aware that this correction might take another 30 days if we actually want to copy what happened in this second wave correction. So maybe the price will continue dropping until September. But if Bitcoin now decides that the correction is over, then we'll most likely bounce and finally go up. And also check out the RSI on the Bitcoin chart. We are almost at the yellow line, and I mean, the last time we did something like this was over here, and as you can see, the price was also going down and we almost touched the yellow line, and then the price pretty much exploded to the upside. So maybe we'll do something similar right here. And also the RSI being at the 63 level is a good sign that maybe Bitcoin will start going up very soon. And like I said, whenever Bitcoin goes up, Cardano goes up with it. So I think the low is almost in. Maybe it's in already, but I cannot confirm that until I see a break above 81 cents. But yeah, things are looking good, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our Patreon for some bonus videos, and maybe subscribe, like, and I will see you in the next one.